Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news in a move that has Packers fans buzzing all across the league. There's a real possibility that Green Bay could be on the verge of pulling off one of the most eye-catching trades of the offseason. And no, it's not just idle speculation. It's coming from some very credible insider whispers. The buzz is that the Packers are eyeing a major upgrade on their defensive front, specifically targeting Brian Burns from the New York Giants, with reports suggesting a deal involving 2 second-round picks could be on the table. That's a bold move, and it signals Green Bay's intent to fortify their pass rush for the push toward the playoffs and beyond. Now, let's set the stage a little. The Giants, currently sitting at 5-10 for the 2025 season, are in a bit of a rebuild mode. Their defense has been vulnerable, especially in the pass game, where they're giving up around 26 points per game and struggling to generate consistent pressure on quarterbacks. Their edge rushers, as of now, are not providing the kind of impact needed, especially with Wink Martindale's aggressive blitz schemes. With the injury report highlighting a shoulder injury to Parsons and a need to free up cap space, around $26 million allocated for offensive line upgrades, the Giants are weighing their options. Trading Burns, a high-impact player, could be a way to accelerate their rebuild, and the Packers are looking to take advantage of that opportunity. For the Packers, this isn't just about adding a player. It's about transforming their defense, especially their edge rush. Brian Burns has proven to be a game-changer when healthy. His 2025 stats speak volumes: 10-5 sacks, 28 pressures, 12 tackles for loss, and a PFF grade of 85.6. Not only that, but he also boasts a +0.20 EPA per rush and a win rate of 17%, which shows how consistently disruptive he can be. His career numbers are equally impressive: 55 sacks and 95 tackles for loss, making him one of the premier pass rushers in the league when fully healthy. Remember, Burns suffered a calf injury in Week 7 of 2025, missing 2 games, but when he's on the field, he's a nightmare for any offensive line. The potential acquisition of Burns could be a seismic shift for the Packers' defense, which has already been trending upward. Their defensive line, in particular, has been a bright spot this season. Adding a player like Burns would further elevate their pressure rate, with projections suggesting they could boost their sack count by around 9 sacks per year. That's a huge boost in the NFL, where every sack and pressure can turn the tide of a game. On the other side of the ball, that kind of pressure opens up opportunities for turnovers and gives the secondary more breathing room. The Packers' defense has been solid overall, but they're looking to push into that next level, and a player like Burns could be the missing piece. You have to consider the impact beyond just individual stats. Burns is a speed rusher, capable of getting around offensive tackles with explosive quickness. His agility metrics are off the charts, with a +19% boost in rush agility that helps him bend the edge and escape blocks. His ability to generate QB hits, around 16% increase over a typical pass rusher, means he's constantly putting pressure on the quarterback, forcing hurried throws and turnovers. For the Packers, this would mean a more aggressive and relentless pass rush, especially important given their upcoming schedule and the high stakes of playoff positioning. Now, let's look at the broader picture. This move isn't just about adding a star, it's about strategic positioning for a deep playoff run. The NFL playoff picture is always a mix of matchups, but with a dominant pass rush, the Packers could become a nightmare for opponents. Think about the NFC North. Detroit has been impressive, but the Packers showing this kind of grit and firepower could shake things up. With Burns, Green Bay would project an average of +1. 4 pressures per snap, and double-team draw rates would decrease, allowing other players to shine more. Their run defense would also benefit, cutting yards allowed from around 120 down to 95 per game, which is a massive improvement. Plus, the increased QB hits would add pressure on opposing offenses, making it harder for them to establish rhythm. The trade odds for Burns have shifted significantly, from +800 earlier in the season to around +500 now. This indicates that the bookmakers see a real chance of this deal happening, especially with the trade deadline looming on November 4th. If the Packers do pull the trigger, it would be a bold statement of their intent to contend not just this year, but for the next few seasons. Burns' presence in the trenches could be the X factor in the playoffs, especially considering how speed and pressure are often the deciding factors in close games. Since 2024, Burns has recorded 3 sacks post-injury, showing he's still got that explosiveness that makes him a threat every time he steps on the field. And let's not forget the legacy implications. For Green Bay, acquiring a player like Burns isn't just about this season. It's about setting a tone for the future. The Packers have traditionally built through the draft and smart signings, but sometimes making a bold trade like this demonstrates their willingness to go all in. It would send a message to their division rivals, especially the Vikings and Lions, that Green Bay is serious about reclaiming their dominance. Meanwhile, for the Giants, this is part of a rebuild. They're taking their shot now, trading away a key piece to accelerate their future plans. In terms of team impact, this move would also be an upgrade in the long term. Burns is only 26 years old, and with his ability to generate pressure and disrupt passing lanes, he fits perfectly into the Packers' defensive philosophy. His addition would help stabilize the edge rushing position, which has been a bit inconsistent this season, and allow younger players to develop without the pressure of having to carry the entire load. Plus, with Burns on the line, opponents might have to double-team him, freeing up other pass rushers like Preston Smith or rookie edge players to get after the quarterback. Of course, as with any trade, there are questions. The Giants are reportedly cautious, and the negotiations could get complicated. They'll want fair compensation, and the Packers will need to decide if the cost, likely 2 second-round picks, is worth the upgrade. But if the deal goes through, it could be one of the most impactful moves of the offseason, setting the stage for a deep playoff push and possibly a Super Bowl appearance. The NFL is a league where the trenches often decide the game, and Green Bay's pursuit of Burns signals their intent to dominate there. Looking ahead, the Packers' schedule remains challenging, but with a stronger pass rush, they could turn those challenges into opportunities. Their defense, already improved, would look even more formidable. The offense continues to develop under Jordan Love, and with weapons like Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs providing threats downfield, Green Bay's overall balance could be just what they need to make a serious run. The NFC is wide open, and with the addition of a player like Brian Burns, the Packers could be the team nobody wants to face come January. In conclusion, this potential trade isn't just a rumor. It's a strategic move that could reshape the landscape of the NFC North and the NFC as a whole. Green Bay's front office seems willing to make bold moves, and acquiring Burns could be the key to unlocking their full championship potential. Fans should keep a close eye on the deadline day, because if this deal materializes, it will be a game changer. The Packers are positioning themselves not just as contenders but as favorites, and this move could be the catalyst that propels them toward another Super Bowl appearance. The next few weeks will be critical, and Green Bay fans should be excited about the possibility of adding a true difference maker to their already talented roster. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think Burns could be the missing piece to bring a Super Bowl back to Lambeau? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Packers. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news. The journey to another championship is just heating up, and with moves like this, the Packers are showing they're ready to fight for every inch. So buckle up, fans. This season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory.